It is both a privilege and a pleasure to introduce our esteemed speaker today, Dr. Thimmappa Hegde. Dr. Hegde is one of India's most distinguished neurosurgeons and currently serves as the director of the Narayana Institute of Neurosciences, Bangalore. He completed his neurosurgery training at NIMHANS, where he later served as faculty in the Department of Neurosurgery and played a pioneering role in establishing stereotactic and functional neurosurgery. In 2004, he founded the Narayana Institute of Neurosciences, which has grown into one of the country's leading centers for neurological and neurosurgical care, education, and research. Over the years, Dr. Hegde has received numerous recognitions for his professional excellence and service to society. He was honored as an outstanding citizen by the Lions Club, Bengaluru, participated in a special Rotary International Exchange program in North America, and was invited to address an international gathering at the Vatican, where he had the privilege of meeting His Holiness Pope John Paul II. Yet what makes Dr. Hegde truly remarkable is that alongside his distinguished medical career, runs a profound spiritual journey. More than 2 decades ago, he began conducting weekly satsangs to explore the timeless wisdom of Vedanta and its relevance to modern life. This vision later blossomed to Param Vedanta, a spiritual movement that has become a thriving community of seekers dedicated to self-discovery, inner growth, and the pursuit of lasting fulfillment. Dr. Hegde beautifully exemplifies the qualities described in our tradition as prasannatma, a serene and joyful spirit, and karuna, deep compassion and empathy. Whether as a surgeon, teacher, or spiritual guide, he touches lives with the same humility, wisdom, and unconditional kindness. Sir, your life is a powerful reminder that excellence and compassion, science and spirituality can coexist in perfect harmony. We are deeply honored by your presence today and eagerly look forward to learning from your insights and experience. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in warmly welcoming Dr. Thimmappa Hegde.
Humbled by your introduction, Dr. Sandhya, and I'm so happy to be here. Our chief guest, Dr. Deepa Sridhar. I've known her for a long time, both her mother, Mrs. Meenakshi, and Dr. and Deepa Sridhar. We were together many, many years ago. And now that she has a very famous school, and people know my connection with her, so often I had to bother her, and I'm always so grateful, including Dr. Devi Shetty. If he wants admission here, he'll ask me to speak to Dr. Deepa. What a wonderful educational institutions have been here and to the other campus off Nice Road. To both Sandhya, Dr. Sandhya and Sudhir Pai. What a wonderful organization you have created, and I'm so happy to see how you have gone out of the way to be able to make your life a contribution. And if anything that I'm going to speak today is how we can continue to do what Prameya is doing. Dr. Sandhya and I were two students together in Bangalore Medical College, and that was a long time ago. A long time ago means some 40 years ago. That's how old we are. And also, we are together again in our spiritual studies. Dr. Bapsi, I've been hearing of you so many times, and Dr. Sandhya brought us together, and I'm really happy. The music that you played during the lamp lighting ceremony, and also the first dance was so, I can say, it made you really intoxicated. That's how I feel being with you here. My job is to share something, and the best thing that I can share is a story, because from all ages, people love stories. And very strangely, this is the first story told to me by my first spiritual guru, a Catholic priest, when I was still in school. I love this story. That was so many years ago. I did not understand that story at all. But then the story has been giving me dividends. It can give you dividends, and it'll be my gift. And this is a story about a man who wanted to be rich. He dreamt about how rich he could become, and all his prayers and thoughts were how he can become rich. And one day he had a dream. And in that dream, Lord Shiva comes to him and tells him very clearly, tomorrow evening, go to the edge of the forest. At precise sunset, you will see a sadhu with a very long white beard. He will give you something that will make you the richest man in the world, like Elon Musk, maybe $1 trillion. So it was a dream. He did not know if it is true, but he said, why not take a chance? And as predicted, as he was waiting during sunset, out from the edge of the forest comes this sadhu, sannyas with a long white beard. He goes running to him and says, you're supposed to give me something that will make me very rich. The man said, see, I'm a sannyasi, I'm a monk, I don't have anything. He said, no, 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 there is something. If you give me, I'll be one of the richest men in the world. He was carrying a small bag. He said, can I check your bag? He said, sure. When he opened his bag, he found one of the biggest diamonds in the world. And he held it in his hand. He says, what is this? He says, oh, this. As I was walking, I saw something glistening. I picked it up. He says, can I take it? He says, of course you can. That man was overjoyed because it was valued. There was no diamond like that. And surely the value was not what in trillions, but certainly it could make him very, very rich. He was so happy. But he was an intelligent man. And I want you to think why that night he could not sleep. Not because he suddenly became so rich, but there was something bothering him very much. And he could not sleep. He waited till the next day, till he saw the same old man once again, the sadhu, coming out of the forest. And again, fortunately, he comes again. And he goes to him and says, yesterday you gave me something that made me the richest man in the world. But what's amazed me was you gave it so casually. You don't know who I am. You're not a fool to know that this is something so priceless. You are sensible, I know. You know this is something of value. And you gave it away like that. He asks him, what is that which makes you so rich? I want that. And just out of hand, the teacher looks at him and he says, you are that. In Vedanta, the culmination of all Vedanta, that means when the student is ready and the teacher knows that the student is ready, at that moment the teacher makes an eye contact and gives the highest message of all Vedanta. And in Sanskrit it goes like this, Tat Tvam Asi. You are that. That is the highest. Now, if you study the Bhagavad Gita, in every chapter ends this way. Om Tat Sat. These are called Mahavakyas. Mahavakyas which say, although all of us look so ordinary, this ordinariness is only your body-mind. In all of us, there is something of the extraordinary. And if you are able to discover that extraordinary, Om means everything. Om includes from opening of the mouth to closing of the mouth. Om includes everything. Om includes all of us. And every chapter ends with Om Tat Sat. Om, you are that. Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyaya Yoga Shastre and so on. Now, as I said, this is the story. This is the story that can give you great dividends. Keep the story like a seed in your heart, like I did when I was a little boy in school. But over the years, it will give you dividends. Now, what are the dividends it can give you? You can analyze the story in so many ways. For example, we say, that man gave away the riches like that. Now, one question to you. Who can give away lots of money? Think. Who can give away lots of money? Only somebody who has, no? If you don't have that kind of money, how can you give? Who can give happiness? Only somebody who has happiness. Who can give love? Only somebody who's full of love. Who can give you security? Can an insecure person give you security? That means if you have, not only have, so many of us have, you should not only have, but you should have the heart to give. And if you see, Prameya is an organization of people who have the heart to give. Not only, it is not in, it is the intention of giving. When the intention of giving is there, then giving happens. So this whole talk today, whatever minutes I kept within the time frame of my talk, let me see, on the art of giving or how we can give. There was a great Russian mystic, George Gurujev, who made a nice statement. He says, whatever I have given away, I have. Whatever I have kept for myself, I have lost. Mark these words. Whatever I have given away, I have. Whatever I have kept for myself, I have lost. So let us see about the art of giving. Who can give? Only somebody who has can give. And someone who has the heart to give. Now, you will always see, I'm a small person. What do I have? I have nothing. For us, those of us doctors who work in hospitals, we see people who need a kidney transplant, who need a liver transplant, somebody who's having a liver failure. They are looking for somebody who can give you a piece of their liver, and they are willing to give you crores of rupees to get that transplanted liver so that they can live a normal life. Our human bodies cannot be computed in financial terms. But just look, I can see, I can hear. I'm using complex terms you're able to understand. That is because of the gift of the mind, the gift of understanding. Now, how much value can we give all this? This is what teachers say is count our blessings. But when we count our blessings, and including we have so many cancer survivors and so many of us who are blessed not to have cancer, either way, we are so lucky. And whenever you count your blessings, we have what is called the attitude of gratitude, and that makes us so rich. And when you are so rich, the next thing is what our scriptures say, how you can shift from being a consumer to being a contributor. Most of our life initially is being a consumer, and in this consumerism world, it is always to see how much I can get. But the whole of the Bhagavad Gita, there is one sadhana which is Sri Krishna gives again and again throughout from chapter number 2 to chapter 18. And that is the sadhana of Karma Yoga. We use the word Karma Yoga very casually, but the Karma Yoga is perhaps the greatest sadhana that all of us can do, how we can shift from being a consumer to being a contributor. What is Karma Yoga? Karma Yoga means two things, right action and right attitude. Right action is, can my action be beneficial for a large number of people? If I benefit from it, it is a byproduct. But can my action be what is called sattvic? Not rajasic. Rajasic is selfish. A rajasic action will benefit me and my family. But a tamasic action is harmful. But if my action is sattvic, it will benefit a large number of people. And you cannot help other people without helping yourself. So helping yourself is a big byproduct that comes through sattvic action, through selfless action. So Karma Yoga means, can all my daily actions, from the time you get up in the morning till you sleep, one action or the other. Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita says, even for 1 second, even now you're listening, can listening be through of action of Karma Yoga? And how listening can be a Karma Yoga? It is said, what is the right attitude? I told you about right action. Right action is, let me not look for how much I can benefit from this interaction, but let me see how much I can give. John F. Kennedy was so much famous for, don't ask for what the country can give you, ask what you can do for the country. That is what is called right action. Can I see that I am a contributor, not a consumer in every business deal? That means when I'm paying my salaries to my staff, let me be able to give more than what they have contributed. On the other hand, in every business deal, it is a success only if I have paid less and I have got more. In Karma Yoga, the success is when you have given more. Second is called the right attitude. What is the right attitude? Any action that I do, can I do it as I'm doing it for God? Now, Dr. Sandhya has called me to this function. Or if I'm working for a hospital and the owner is somebody, but or I may be paid by somebody, but every action that I do, every patient that comes to me is Ishvara Arpana. Bala Gopala or Sri Rama has come to me. Who's my next patient? I will see on my list. Whatever his name is, if it's a child, it's Bala Gopala. If it is an adult, it's Sri Rama. When Kabir was a tailor, and each time he would measure his patients, oh my, Ram has come. I'm measuring Sri Rama. Now, that is the attitude with which you see each patient. Every person that you get, I may be sweeping the floor or washing the dishes, but I'm doing Ishvara Arpana. And if I'm doing work for God, how will I do? I will give my very best and I will enjoy this opportunity to being of service to God. Ishvara Arpana Bhava. And the second thing in Karma Yoga is called Prasada Bhava. Now, why people are not happy because you compare your remuneration from a corporate hospital, how much you are paid in a government hospital, how much paid in this school, what you get in that school. Now, if whatever remuneration or whatever compensation I can get, if I take it as prasada, we know what is a prasada. When you go to any temple, you receive a prasada. How do you receive? Very reverentially. You don't see, oh, that person gets more or I get less. Because it is prasada. You don't compare it with the Tirupati Laddu because it is a prasada from the Lord of. So, whatever I accept. So, if I can do a combination of Ishvara Arpana Bhava, Ishvara Prasada Bhava, that becomes Karma Yoga. So let our lives be a life of contribution. All of us have accumulated. And let us see whatever I have. And if I have the heart to give, let me be able to give. Alexander was dying. And when Alexander was dying, he said, I want a coffin in which my hands are outside. They said, it's ridiculous. Why so? He says, I want everybody to be sure of one thing, that even the world conqueror, when you're leaving this world, you go empty handed. Why am I telling you this story? This is the story of a very rich man. This man was so rich. I can't compare it to anybody today, you can imagine. I'll compare it with Elon Musk because he's on the news. You know, it is said if you have $1 trillion and if you spend $1 million a day, that means more than 10 crores per day, it will take 2,700 years to spend that money. Now, honestly, many of us have that much where we are not going to spend. So let us be grateful for whatever we have and to be able to see how I really don't have to sponsor my children and my grandchildren. Let them have, see, most of us have come up, our parents have given education and we have come up to what we are. There is a Indian mindset that I have to sponsor my grandchildren and maybe, we don't have to do that. Let them be independent. Let us see how we can share our whole benefit, just like what Prameya is doing. Let this be an inspiration for all of us who have come here to see how in our own way, whatever I have in plenty and with the heart to give, that I will be able to give. Let me tell you a story of a very rich man. And unfortunately, he had a very serious disease like, end stage cancer with metastatic disease. And he knew he's going to get only 6 months to live. Now, his big problem was only one thing. I have earned so much money. I have not been able to spend that money. Only one desire, he said, is there some way that I can take this money with me when I'm going? He goes to one teacher or to the other, and nobody said. They gave Alexander's example, that see, a world conqueror goes empty-handed. But this man was adamant. Finally, he met Guru Nanak. And Guru Nanak said, yeah, there's a technique. There is a method of taking it with you. He was so happy. He prostrated to him. He was excited. He said, can you tell me? And then Guru Nanak looks at him and he says, have you traveled abroad? He says, yes. how do you do business when you go abroad? He says there is a money exchange system. So I exchange my money with the local currency, and when I get money from there, I exchange it with Indian currency. And he said that's a very good business, and I have a money exchange business also. If you understand that, then he says you will understand what I'm going to say. One method of converting your wealth is to convert it into punya by doing charitable work. And Prameya is exactly doing what we are doing. And let that be an inspiration, because this will be the currency for us for our future. I will end with one story. It's not a story, I will do a little bit of an exercise. The exercise is, what is a gift? A gift has two qualities. A gift is something which is valuable, and a gift is something that has been given freely. I want to ask each of you, what is our greatest gift? What is that which has been given to me freely and it is of so much value? I'll give you multiple choice. For example, your own body. Your body is a gift, isn't it? Your mind is a gift. So I want you to think, what do you value as your greatest gift? Your family, who cares for you, who loves for you, who supports for you, who does unconditionally things for you. Your family is a gift. If you have very good friends, they are a gift. They bring joy into your life. If you have collected a lot of possessions and a lot of wealth, that is also a gift. If you have acquired certain skills, and if you're a professional in a certain way, and if you're a valued person, that is also a gift. So I've given you multiple choices. Now, what is your greatest gift? Is it your body? Is it your mind? Is it your family? Is it your friends? Is it your profession? Is it your profession? Is it something else? And I'm going to introduce you to something which is your greatest gift. Just be seated. No, don't think. You don't have to think, because thinking is the problem. Don't think, just be. I want you to sit in a comfortable position. Sit with your back right. Put your feet on the ground. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Feel the chair that you are seated on. You may keep your eyes open or you may keep your eyes closed. But at this moment, observe your mind, and as far as possible, see the gap between thoughts. You can hear my words. You can hear my silence. When you hear the silence, can your mind also be silent? You can hear my words. You know my silence. Ask your question. Who in you is hearing? Who in you is aware of this silence? And be in touch with that observer who is beyond your mind, who is beyond time. Throughout our day, I want you to catch such moments when you become still for a moment. No thinking, just being. And in that being, you become aware of somebody else within you who is aware of the gift of this moment. My dear friends, our greatest gift is the ability to live life in this moment. From now on, as you go back, whenever you see a signal light which says stop, amber and green, that stop means slow down, pause. Look, the amber means look around, feel your senses, become deeply sensitive. And the green means live your life 100%. Thank you very much.